Hi Lisa, hi Cami. Thank you for coming back. I just wanted to check in how things went since our last session. We had a really heated conversation about you wanting to walk into school by yourself, and we decided to make a goal of this week that you would be able to walk in, I believe Tuesday and Thursday on your own. So I just wanted to see how things went and how that interaction went.
Well, she didn't let me walk in any day. She walked me into school and all the way to my locker every single day last week.
Well, we need to explain to her why we did that. I mean, do you want me to, or do you want to talk to her about that?
Go ahead.
Well, on Monday night, we got a call that my mother is sick and she had to go to the hospital. And so it was just, a stressful evening. So I couldn't do it. I wasn't ready to do that yet. So, I thought that was kind of understandable. And so we just kept our regular schedule for the week.
Okay.
But I understand not doing it Tuesday because she was upset Monday night, but I said, can we still do Thursday? And it just really, to me, it seemed like she had no intention of ever letting me walk in by myself.
Okay. So actually, I wanted to try this thing, and we're going to try it. It's called enactment, and we're going to have you just react to that interaction that you had Monday night or any other day of the week where you felt like things weren't accomplished and how you feel like this problem arises normally. So I just want you to have like a normal conversation between yourself of how it would normally play out, saying you wanting to walk by yourself, and how would that conversation go?
Well, I guess Monday. So we got the phone call that my mom was sick, and we were sitting having dinner, and so I came back to the dinner table, and I told her that.
You remember, it's between you two.
Grandma is sick, and she had to be hospitalized, and it's just kind of stressful for me right now, and I don't think that tomorrow will be a good day for you to walk into school by yourself, and I'd like to walk you in tomorrow.
But that's not fair. Grandma being sick has nothing to do with me walking into school by myself.
Well, it kind of does, because that's something that I have to change in my schedule too. You walking by yourself doesn't just affect you, and it's just really stressful for me right now, and I don't want to change our schedule or any habits that we already have. So I'm sorry, we'll just have to try it maybe next week.
What about Thursday? Can we do it Thursday?
I'm really stressed out right now.
But you promised, Mom.
We'll try it next week, okay? I can't do it this week for you. I'm sorry. We're gonna have to try another time.
Well, you seem very upset from it, so how is that exactly interacting making you feel? And
I
say that you
still
broke the
just
promise.
don't think it was fair. She broke the promise. She broke the promise to me. She even told you in the session last week that she was going to let me go on Tuesday and Thursday, and I just feel like she never was going to actually let me do this, and Grandma getting sick was just her excuse and her way of getting out of it, because she has to control everything in her life, and everything has to be her way. So Grandma's sick, that's stressful, so then she's just going to control me even more. Didn't work towards our goals, even though she
I said I just wanted this week. I couldn't change it. I said we could try it again next week.
And next week something else will happen, and you won't want to do it next week.
Well, we can talk about that here, but we'll do it next week.
Okay. So why do you think your mom wants to walk you into class every day?
Because she doesn't trust me. She just doesn't believe that I'm going to go to school. She thinks something's going to happen to me. I don't know. It's just, I know that she just became my mom, and that all the other kids that walk into school on their own, they've had those moms their whole lives, but they let their kids go. They're 12 too, and they let their kids go to school on their own, and she walks me in, not even to the doorway. She walks me all the way to my locker and helps me put my stuff in my locker, but I don't need help with that. It's so embarrassing.
Lisa, could you tell me more about why you feel that that's what you need to do with her, walking her all the way to the locker?
Well, given some past situations and stuff, she missed a lot of school at her old school. I was able to see records of that, and I'm just worried that she's not going to go to class, and I want to be able to actually see her walk into school and I want to see her go into her first class so that I know that she's going to be going to school, because we have a lot of things going on at home right now, and I don't need another thing of her missing school, and I don't,
That's all because I didn't like school in Columbia. I like school here. I'm not going to skip school here. In Columbia, I didn't like school and I didn't like home. So when I was supposed to be at school, I went and did things for fun, things that I wanted to do, because that was the only time that I was away from my family and I could do whatever I wanted.
Okay, Kim, I understand that you're upset, but I want to ask you that maybe when your mom's explaining her feelings and what she needs to do, if you could not talk through and just really listen.
No one ever listens to me.
Could we just try it this way, and then maybe we can go and see if it works the other way around too, so just we can really hear and maybe see if there's a difference, so we can fully hearing out your mom.
That's fine.
Go on, Lisa.
Well, I mean, just like I was saying, there's already so many things going on at home, and I understand that you like this school better, so knowing that, it might help to give you maybe a little bit more freedom, but it's just hard. I want things to go smoothly. It's a new situation, and I'm scared too, and I just don't want you missing any school. I don't want the school to be calling me saying you're not in class, and it's a new school for you too. I want you to be able to have a really good relationship with the school, with your teachers, and I don't want them to think you're a problem child.
So now, Cami, I asked you not to speak as your mom spoke, and that was really difficult work for you, as I know. Like, you always like to get your feelings out and be able so that you are heard. So how was that for you, and did you notice anything that was different, that if you heard anything different from your mom?
I know it's better to let her explain before I jump to conclusions, but I still just don't think that the reason she's saying makes sense for why she doesn't let me walk in on my own.
And you think it's because she's very controlling and wanting to be overprotective of everything?
Yeah, she's overbearing. Like, I don't know, my friend called it like a helicopter mom. Like, she just has to look over everything. Like, even whenever which doesn't happen often, but whenever she's let me have friends over, she doesn't let us go to the room by myself. She says stay in the living room where she can watch us from the kitchen.
Okay, so let's try to think of another way to see your mom's overprotectiveness or overbearingness, or this quote of a helicopter mom always hovering over you. So could it be that maybe your mom is being overprotective because she knows what happened in the past for you, and that you were left alone often, and that no one was there, and that this is just her showing that she can love you, and that she's wanting to make you safe, like that. And you went through some horrible things, and I know, Lisa, you're trying really hard to be there for her and show that you're not going to let that happen to her or do that to her. So I think this overprotectiveness is just you showing love and wanting you to be safe.
I think that makes more sense. I never thought about it that way, that this is kind of like the opposite of how I was neglected before. I mean, my parents in Columbia and my foster parents in Columbia, they didn't care about me at all, and they really just let me do whatever I wanted, which at some points I liked, but then when I needed things, they weren't there for me. And now this is like the total opposite. I just kind of wish it was somewhere in the middle, not being neglected and not being like so overbearing, but it does make me feel better because I would rather be this way than it was when I was in Columbia.
Do you have any aspects of what I said about the overprotectiveness? Do you have anything to add to it, or maybe that could be seen differently?
Well, I mean, it's true, and just I know what's happened in the past, and I don't want that to happen again. And I want you to know that I do love you, and I want to take care of you. I don't ever want to be, I don't want to ever neglect you or anything like that. And so, by walking you to class, I can show you that, that's a way of me showing that I really care about you, and I want the best for you.
So I think this was really good that you're able to talk about your feelings of how, yes, you had every right to be upset about not being able to try the Tuesday, Thursdays of going in by yourself. But it's a new week, and we can try that again if you guys are open to it. Maybe it's a new start, and we can try practicing making sure that you talk over each other and you can fully hear each other as it's going on, and being open to Cammie's feelings of wanting to go off and do things on her own, and that she wants to be like the other kids, but Cammie, you also saying that your mom just loves you, and then finding that balance within itself.
Makes me feel better.
So maybe try this week to do the Monday, Wednesday, Friday, be walking with her, but then Tuesday, Thursday, maybe letting her walk from the carpool lane where you go.
We can do that.
Can we do Monday instead of Tuesday and Wednesday? I just think that Monday there will be less. Like, the week is just more hectic, and I think that Monday there will be less reason for you to give me an excuse. Even if I only get Monday. Not even Thursday, too, but can we just try for Monday?
I think I can do that. Yeah, I think that makes sense.
That's great. So you can check in next week and see how this went, and just try to remember that your mom's overprotectiveness, that you see it as that, could be more as love, and giving more reins to Cammie, saying that you can trust her and that when she needs help or when she feels unsafe, she'll go to you. And then you can be that stable person in her life and be there for her. So, and then remember when you're having these conversations, just hear each other out. So we'll check in next week.